So we are back once again, going to be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming, this time specifically regarding Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, and something we know very, very little about, and this is his origin. Now, some time ago, Kevin Feige, the man in charge of everything in the MCU, did have a quote about how long Spider-Man's been around and what he's seen, and this is what he said. The idea is this: he's been there the whole time. Peter Parker was 5 when Tony Stark said, "I am Iron Man." He was 9 when aliens showed up in New York City battling the Avengers. And then he was bitten by a radioactive spider. Now here's the other interesting element. From what we know and from what we've seen, and I would assume if somehow Oscorp was involved in the MCU, we would have seen something from it, and it doesn't seem like they are. And the other rumors are pointing to the fact that Oscorp and Norman Osborn is all going to be used elsewhere. More specifically, that they're probably going to be part of one of the other continuities, most likely the Black Cat movie that's happening. So, looking at it that way, if Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider, which he says he was, where? Because most of us know it happens in Oscorp. Like, that's like the definitive one. They played around with it a little bit here and there, but that's more or less the definitive origin. Now, how are they going to handle this if we ever get it, or are we just never going to know? But then that poses the problem of, well, where was he bitten, and are they ever going to investigate that? Because could it have happened to someone else? And what kind of crazy experimentation was going on that nobody seems to care about? Now, maybe that's just me looking into it too deep, but knowing the MCU and how they love to explain everything to the most minor details of how everything in the universe has worked and give you a back history and all that on all these elements, it just kind of seems like an omission not to mention it. Which brings me to the question, and then propose it to you guys, and we could talk about this in the comments below. Is Spider-Man's origin going to be changed to something else? Sure, he's going to be bitten by a radioactive spider, that's undisputable, that's what they've said, but are they daring enough to say maybe he was bitten by one in some sort of Stark tower, or some sort of Stark facility? Because then that would be a fundamental change, and then seeing how he's already this father figure and an Avenger that's going to look over him, to me personally, I would absolutely hate that, because once again, I'm okay with him kind of being a father figure to him after Uncle Ben is gone, but now you're directly going to tie that into the origin, and for me personally, that's the way I feel like they're going to do it, and that would be absolutely atrocious. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys have a take on it that would make more sense, and you can let me know in the comments below, but I just kind of got thinking about this, and it made me wonder, and then it made me fear. And I don't want to fear that, because I want a proper origin. I want Norman Osborn, and I want it to make sense. I don't want no untold story, okay? We had 2 movies telling me the untold story, and the untold story was largely the same. Norman Osborn's head in a jar. Here it comes.